Vanguard tournaments are back, and so we're gonna go over the first results of this new season. If you still need a beautiful playmat, go to zerodamagegaming.com, use the code Solemn for a discount. If you still need new Vanguard cards, go to 50cards.shop and use the code Solemn for a discount. And if you want to get better at Vanguard, check out my Vanguard Mastery course. Link will be in the description, and of course, also use the code Solemn for a discount. We had two types of events this weekend. Again, shout out to Fuzzy Paradox for the graphs here. First of all, we had BRO, so the online remote type of deal. Personally, I didn't enter, but still cool to see. So it was only V, and for the Asian region, we saw 5 Steam Maiden in top 8. Oh, what a shock. This is groundbreaking stuff right here. 1 Grand Blue, 1 Shadow, and 1 Jewel Knights. Honestly, nothing here is surprising. We all know, like, Grand Blue, Shadows, and Jewel Knights to a lesser extent are all, like, solid decks, but nothing is as solid as Steam Maiden, so, you know, Bushi, please do something about it. Then for the EU region, we had 4 Gear Chronicle Steam Maiden, 1 Ange. Okay, I dig the slight spice. 1 Leopold, okay, homies representing here. 1 Beatrice, actually, now we're talking, and 1 Jewel Knights yet again. So, okay, a little more spice in this one. Beatrice is pretty solid, I want to say. Out of all the decks that aren't great, that then surprisingly have a solid Steam Maiden matchup, not a great one, but a solid one, Beatrice is probably one of them. Leopold, I strongly believe, is actually one of the best decks, but it can be quite sacky as well. Like, if you don't open your 2 Leopolds, GG. And then Ange, I think, is actually a pretty strong contender as well. I actually think Ange is oddly underrated. Then the top 8 for NA V Premium, we have 4 Gear Chronicle, but one of them was an MFD. What the hell is NA doing? 2 Shadows, one of which was Raging Form. Okay, very based. 1 Grand Blue and 1 Malkuth Melik. Okay, I don't know what happened here. You guys have some explaining to do. Overall, only 3 Steam Maiden. I mean, I'm digging it. I like that we have some different results for V once in our life. But still, a Malkuth, Mystery, of all the things. I do know Mystery can do like a nasty high roll. So like, I understand, but geez. To have that going for like many Swiss rounds in a row, strong. Then if we check out the top 4 for Asia, for BRO, we have 2 of the Steam Maidens and then a Luard and a Nitro. So they actually didn't convert as well. Like, they had 5 in top 8 and only 2 now. Seems like Luard and Nitros were putting in work. Then, of course, the EU. Oh, wow. Wasn't EU's pie chart like half Steam Maiden and then all of them just decimated everything else? That is pretty strong. We see a Ryan M, Dave Vicht, strong. Mark Juan, okay. And then Go JH. That's a hard name for me, sorry. But yeah, congratulations. And then NA V Premium. Okay, I see what happened. So basically, you had like a bunch of random stuff in top 8, but they all got decimated by the end. Okay, that's fair enough. 2 Steam, Luard, Nitros. Isn't this the exact same thing as Asia? Now, for the real-life events, we had Springfest Toronto. So this is premium. The first place team had Steam Maiden, Highlander, and Tavas. I actually really like to see this. As you know, before Worlds, I made my top 5 decks list where I mentioned I think Tavas is actually a solid sleeper deck because it still has an incredible ride-down. It beats a lot of the ride-down decks, and we see it here in the first place team, so pretty solid. Of course, Steam Maiden and Highlander, as to be expected, those were the strongest decks at Worlds as well, and this format is basically the same one, except for the fact that teams can still be a little bit different, of course. Then the second place team, we have Highlander, the Leaders, and Steam Maiden. I think the Leader is more in the rogue category, but it can still be very scary. You know, if it gets its first stride with Given and so forth, you might just randomly die. But of course, the rest of the team, as expected, Highlander plus Steam Maiden. Then the third place, we have a spicier team. We have a Gridora, a Overlord, and a Highlander. So Highlander, of course, we saw it at Worlds, strong deck. But then Gridora, that's very brave. You know, in a world where Highlander is one of the strongest decks right now, Gridora tends to struggle against it. I do know there's some players out there who love Mega Colony and have been trying to innovate on it, like Peter and so forth. I've played some Mega Colony myself as well. I really like the deck, as you saw in my previous year's Springfest run. But, I mean, I don't think right now it's one of the best decks. With that being said, it's here in top 3, so that's really solid. And Overlord, that is really solid. Like, Overlord, of course, is one of the decks that doesn't give a damn about ride downs because it will just ride up and hope to kill you there. So if these decks do a ride down shutting off their own heal guardians, then I can see that deck randomly doing well, but still, to bring it this far, strong. Especially their team name is 02 drop any %. I bet they were expecting to do that with Mega Colony and Overlord in their team, but I guess they're really solid players and they made it out in the end anyway. And then fourth place, we have a Highlander, solid deck, and Battle Sister, and a Harry plus Nightmare Dolls. To still see Harry plus Nightmare Dolls battles in the current year is wild. I love it. I really like this deck. I think it will especially get better with the history collection. But to see it do well right now is crazy to me because they don't have the ride down, right? So they're just riding up, hoping that that is enough. And then they have their Alice loop, but they don't even have access anymore to the Harry Stride. So I guess they stride into the Dark Princess Premium Collection thing, and then they have to instantly go into Yvette. Okay, and then Battle Sister was Popo stuff. If I recall correctly, this was Yellow Card's team, I think, maybe. And then for Toronto Standards, this is actually the first time we see set 8 being legal, so this is probably like the most interesting stuff to look at in terms of new results. We see a Minerva in first place, a Lutetia. I thought Lutetia was one of the best decks, and I think it still is. And then one Eva. Eva, of course, has been strong for quite a while now, but Minerva is surprising. I know a lot of people were saying Minerva's kind of yikes. not the greatest after the new support because Jet and so forth are coming, but I guess Jet is not out here yet, so maybe that is like a stronger explanation. Then second place, another Minerva, a Roroa, and again Lutetia. Again, I'm a big fan of Lutetia. I think that's solid as hell. To seeing Roroa doing well here is also very interesting. And then third place, we have Magnolia, Eva, Youthberg. This is more of the meta team, I think, here. You know, like, I think Magnolia, with the recent unlimits or unrestricts, whatever you want to call it, is really solid again. Of course, it's kind of like an outdated deck, but I think it was the strongest deck back then, so right now it's still being good makes a lot of sense. And then Eva, Youthberg are like the two top decks, right? We see this as well in the fourth place team where we have Youthberg and Eva, and then a Flagburger doing its work as well. I definitely think if you were going into this event, some combination of Eva, Youth, Lutetia was definitely in order. And then, you know, if you wanted one final flex spot, that makes a lot of sense. But of course, as you can see, the second place just didn't give a damn. They had their Lutetia, but beyond that, they had Roroa and Minerva. First place, third place, and fourth place, though, all kept to that kind of strategy. Finally, Toronto V Premium. The first place has Steam Maiden and Luard. Wow, really? Steam Maiden and Luard? That's so original. I mean, it's the correct take, honestly. It's the correct move to do. And Leopold. Again, I'm a Leopold fanboy right here. I think it's a solid deck. Of course, as long as you draw Leopold. Then second place is Luard. Whoa! And Steam Maiden as well. And then Chaos Breaker. Okay, pretty solid. I know a lot of people like the Chaos stuff to somewhat annoy Steam Maiden, but is it enough? You know, they kind of still want to double Volco. I don't know if this build was running that, but okay, it's definitely in the Rogue category. Then finally, meta all the way. We had Leopold, Ange, and Steam Maiden. Now, this is a based team line. This I like. I like the Ange. I like the Leo. A Steam is just required. And then the fourth place team said, no, Steam is not required. We are playing Rumi Labyrinth plus Cecilia. This is certainly a composition right here. But hey, I respect it. You topped with it anyway. So, you know, fuck the haters, right? So those were all the results. Was there anything you found particularly interesting or weird? Let me know in the comments down below. If you still need a beautiful playmat, go to zerodamagegaming.com, use the code Solemn. If you still need new cards, go to 50cards.shop and use the code Solemn. And if you want to up your Vanguard skills, go check out the Vanguard Mastery course. Use the code Solemn for a discount. I will see you soon. Ciao.